Hi guys. So this is Susie, if you're following me on my story.
And I'm here with Kristen if you're following me on my story. So thank you guys for joining us. We are here tonight, or today, cheers. We wanted to come on here and share a little bit about what it is we do as coaches, a little bit about our business, and just kind of share a little bit more about the opportunities so that you guys could see what it is we do.
Well, and I feel like it's really important because everybody's journey into coaching is so different. You know, even though a lot of us come from the same backgrounds, like Susie and I are both teachers, our journey into coaching and how we got started with it, completely different. So we figured we would come here, share with our followers, and let you guys know, give you an informed chat.
Yes.
So, all right. So Susie, why don't you start and tell everybody, how did I get you into this business?
So I am underneath Kristen. Kristen is my coach. She's the one that convinced me to do this. When she reached out to me, 4 years ago now, 4 years ago?
Yeah.
I was working out with the trainer and I loved it a lot. I was working out with him a lot. I was eating clean. I had a great nutrition plan, or so I thought. And I had hit a plateau and Kristen was like, you should work out at home. And I was like,
no, she didn't even say no thank you.
Yeah, she's like, no. Like, I'm not even
Yeah.
going to even entertain this. And so I said no, and she was like, well, literally, what do you have to lose? And I was like, I mean, I'm at this plateau, so I guess 10 pounds or so. And so I decided to dive in, give it a shot, see what it was all about. And in 3 weeks, I lost 10 pounds and 10 inches. And I was like, okay, let's learn a little bit more.
And it had been a while since you'd seen results like that from the gym, right?
Exactly.
Right.
And so here I was, total gym rat, now working out at home. I just finished a 3-week program, and I was like, all right, this is pretty great.
Yeah.
What else? Like, what other programs do you have? What other programs does the company have? How can I continue to get results at home? So, And then when she asked me if I wanted to do coaching, I decided to share my story. And I literally put up my first transformation post, and I was like blown away by how many people were supportive and were inspired by me. And I've never looked back since.
Yeah. So. And I think that is an important step in the process is
Definitely.
sharing what it is that we're actually doing. And we're going to get into that a little bit, but I figured, well, Susie's sharing her story. And like I said, we have different ways that we get into this business. So for Susie, I had already been doing the business. When I signed up, my coach, Brooke, had signed up only like a month before I did. And she was like, you know what, this thing that I'm doing, I've got so much accountability. And I don't even know that she finished her sentence. And I was like, oh man, like I was not a tough sell to become a coach. I had just had my first baby, and he was, I don't know, like maybe a year old. And I was doing CrossFit, and I, like Susie, was fit, and I was really struggling with spending time away from home, being a full-time teacher, and then coming home and expecting myself to then go to the gym, drive to the gym, spend an hour at CrossFit, which I love, but I really had like that mom guilt where I was like, this just is not working. And so it kind of, for me, just fell into place where, I mean, not too often does something kind of just crash into your lap like that, but for me, it really just did. And I'm so thankful that I was like, yup, I am in. And like Susie said, I really haven't looked back since. We're both teachers. Our story is a little bit different in that Susie's newlywed. I'm married for a little longer than Susie, but I've got 2 kids, and you know, our paths right now are different, but they're, you know, starting to kind of align a little bit more. And it's interesting to see that you really don't have to have one path or another to make this work.
Yeah, and there's no one type of person that makes a good coach or is successful as a
well,
coach.
And I feel like a lot of times people think that they have to like have hit rock bottom, right? Or that they have to have been at the peak of their story to be like, yeah, I'm ready to share.
Yeah.
But I mean,
and then there's also that other side of like, well, I'm not a Barbie and I'm not a size 0 and I don't have 6-pack abs. Right. So it's like, I can't be a coach because I'm not
5 years in, I'm still not a Barbie. I still don't have 6-pack abs.
But yeah, so that's a little bit about our stories, but you've got this crazy busy life. You're a teacher, you're a mom, you're a wife, and you are doing photography. I think one of the biggest things is, how do you add something more? How do you add more to your plate? If you're already so busy, how do you have time to be a coach?
So, I mean, I get that a lot. People want to know, like, how do you manage the busy? And for me, coaching is something, this part of my life is something I'm going to do anyways. I'm going to be conscious about what I'm eating. I'm going to be working out. So for me, the added step is less about spending time working out and meal planning, but it is talking to people about what it is that I'm doing. So, I mean, when you find time to get on social media, right? Like everybody watching right now is on social media. So at this time, rather than like sitting and watching things, I'm creating content for people
Yeah.
or sharing whatever it was that I did that day. So it really isn't,
Right.
it's
You're
not a
already
time
doing it
suck.
anyways.
Right,
Yeah.
right. It's just it's a switch in what I'm already doing.
Right.
Yeah.
Being more
Yeah.
proactive with it.
Absolutely. So I wouldn't say that it's nothing out of the ordinary than what I
You
was
still
already doing.
manage to find
Yeah,
time or
absolutely.
figure out
Yeah.
how it works in your schedule, which
Yeah.
is amazing. Since you started coaching, obviously since you've been coaching a little bit longer than me, what has been the biggest surprise for you? What has been the most, I guess shocking or surprising thing for you that you've gotten out of coaching since you started?
So I really went into this eyes like wide open. I had no expectations of the business. I mean, I knew I was getting into a business. So for me, it wasn't a surprise that I was making money. But for me, 5 years in, I mean, we knew each other from teaching. I know a lot of teachers, and Susie is one of my very best friends. And I think that really is because of coaching. We've traveled together. We've been in weddings together. We've gone to weddings together. You know my kids. Like, because of coaching, we have this opportunity to strengthen bonds as women. And I don't know about you, but life after college is not easy to make friends.
Right. It's
you
hard
know,
to make friends.
and then when you're a mom, like, you're like mom dating. And so it makes mom dating a whole lot easier. It really does. So the connections that I've made with people, like, I really did not have any even
you weren't expecting.
No, I had no inkling that was going to happen. So that was definitely my biggest takeaway, was this incredible community that we formed and built around our friends.
Right.
You know?
And I think for me, just to piggyback off of that, one of the most surprising things for me, I started because I wanted to share and help people. And, if I was able to get these amazing results at home, like so could all these other people. And then the biggest surprise for me was that financial aspect. Like, we get to make money. Yeah. So, and obviously,
because you really weren't expecting that. You were like, no.
And obviously, as a teacher, like, I already had all these other side hustles, and I was so stressed out, and I was working 14-hour days.
How many of those side hustles do you still do full time?
0.
So that's pretty cool. When I met Susie, she was full time teaching. She was doing
paint night. And I was working at a restaurant.
Weekly at a studio.
Yeah,
I mean, very, very busy. And
very busy.
And you didn't have to work this summer.
Yes,
this was your first summer off, right? Or was it your second
summer off? And the best thing about this business is you can take it with you.
Absolutely.
So I can bring it with me. I can take the summer off, and then I'll have to work all these extra stressful jobs.
Right. So I mean, the community obviously is one thing. For somebody coming in as a new coach, or somebody coming in as a challenger, even, are they going to get tools from you? Like, how are you setting somebody up as a challenger and coach for success? What are you giving to the people that are coming in to help them be successful right off the bat?
Okay. I think one of the best things about this business is there are so many there's so many resources for us as a team. Obviously, when I signed up, it was kind of like, I had you as kind of like my right-hand man being like, Kristen, what do I do? What do I do? And one of the best things about it is we have constant support. If a new coach is coming onto my team, I help them get started right immediately, because obviously both of us want to bring coaches onto our team who have just as much success as we do. Yeah. We're not going to let anybody sign up and be like, good luck with your business, because that's not like us.
No.
Right. And that's what the company is about. So when you sign up as a coach, you obviously have our support. There's tons of trainings that the company provides. There's tons of trainings that our team has. You can, if you want to run, we'll run with you. If you want to jog, we'll
so
jog.
It's self-paced.
Yeah, it is totally self-paced. And if you want to walk, or if you just want to be a discount coach or a hobby coach, that's totally fine. Yeah.
Discount coach?
So, yep.
Yeah, get that
Who doesn't love a discount? Yeah.
Right? No, and I think when we did sign up, our team very quickly rose to the top of the company. And with that came the top of the company training, right? We're so lucky and fortunate to get, behind the scenes calls with trainers. We get super trainers on our calls a couple of times a year. We had Sean T on a couple months ago. We had Chris Downing. It's amazing. Not every team or organization has that.
That's
and
so true.
That's been really cool too.
Yeah.
All right. So when Susie signed up, one of her big hesitations was, and correct me if I'm wrong, you weren't on Facebook.
I had just deactivated
She had
Facebook.
Deactivated Facebook, and she was like, Kristen, I know you're on Facebook. I know you're doing things on Facebook, but what do I have to do? And so I know that was a really big, probably your number one hesitation in coaching, not in starting as a challenger. But once you came over the challenger plateau, what flipped the switch for you with social media? Because you are the queen of social media on our team. Susie takes the trainings and creates them for our team. So why don't you speak to that and how you switched?
Yeah, so when I started, obviously, I literally had gone through this phase. I was like, I'm going to unfriend everybody on my friends list, and then I'm going to
She
deactivate
signed
my
up to be
Facebook.
a coach 3 weeks later.
Yeah, and Kristen was like, actually, you should probably go active again so that you can start sharing and people are watching you. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. And then obviously here we are. Yes, thank you. And I didn't have an Instagram at the time, and I had, so I got my Facebook back up and running, but I slowly started sharing my story, and I think one of the biggest things for me was I was like, I don't want to be pushing products, I don't want to be salesy, and I don't want to be posting like
Nobody does.
Yeah, nobody does, and I didn't want to be posting any pictures of that. And she was like, no, that's not what we're like. Like, it's about sharing your journey. And for me, that first 21-day program when I lost 10 pounds and 10 inches, sharing that journey is what helps me get started. And I was inspiring people without even knowing it and just sharing through that. And then now I literally use my social media as accountability. So like, if you follow me on Instagram, you see my workout in the morning, you see my food, because if I'm not doing it and I'm not sharing it, it probably didn't happen.
Didn't do it.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's the honesty about it. And I think, we are so scared to put some stuff on social media, and that's totally fine. But I think it's almost like this is my storefront. So I'm sharing a lot of stuff, and people are seeing the real me, the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Absolutely.
And I think that a lot of people relate to that.
So have you gotten any pushback? Because it's really easy to share the good stuff, right? It's really easy to share wedding pictures. It's really easy to share your successes. Have you ever gotten pushback when you're sharing those hard times, or do you find that the community really engulfs you and like helps you to rise above it all?
Honestly, I think it's just the second thing you said, like the community, especially on Instagram and on Facebook, everyone's so positive.
Absolutely.
And so if you do share, like, for example, last week I had a really bad day at school and I shared about it online, and and it was just kind of like, and it wasn't a cry for help. I was just sharing because I know that there are other teachers out there that have had hard days.
You know that other people can relate to
Right.
that.
And so I put it out there because I know people can relate to it. And literally people just lifted me up that I didn't even know were paying attention to me. And it's just, the social media is a supportive community now. It's totally changed.
So if you're one of those people, thank you. We love you. We love those supportive people. We love when we're working out and the little like bubble comes up for a love, or when you get the little clap icon after you have finished a program, or whatever it is. Those little things mean a lot to people. So as much as you feel like we're cheering you on, like Susie said, this is our number one accountability.
Yes,
to be here
totally appreciate it.
Yes. And how crazy that some of the people on our team were just cheering us on at one point, and now they're
right on the side of us,
and traveling and doing all these cool things.
Yes.
All right, so we're getting ready to wrap this up, and I feel like, let's end on a high note.
Yeah.
So let's talk about your favorite thing about the business. What is what do you love the most about coaching, besides me?
Well, I think today I finished out a program, and I think one of the most positive things about being a coach is helping other people. And this morning I was surrounded by 9 other women. We finished the program together live, and we started it live, and I just got chills. But being together in that community piece, but it's knowing that like I'm helping other people, not just my coaches, but also my challengers, my clients, like helping them to have success. Like one of my girls today, she shared that she is now down from a size 12 to a size 6 into her pre-pregnancy jeans.
Amazing.
And it's like, it's those little things that just make this all worth it. Aside from the money, aside from the trips, aside from the amazing swag that the company gives us. But that, I think, for me, is the icing on the cake, is those text messages and those things that say, like, thank you, because of you, I didn't give up.
Yeah. I absolutely, but I don't want to be like, that's my favorite
what
too.
about you?
I do love that. I really love, like that end of the day, knowing that this little thing that we're doing is changing generations.
Yes.
Right.
It's gonna pay off.
We have a program getting ready to launch that has a focus on kids, and kids' health, not kids' weight loss, but like making our kids and the next generation healthier than we were, which is pretty incredible. I think the fact that we align ourselves with the company that sets itself out to end the trend in obesity, like that speaks volumes to the work that we're doing, right? Don't get me wrong, I love my girls that sell me my makeup. I love my girls that hustle in their own way.
Girl boss to girl boss.
Absolutely. But I think that there's something a little bit special about what it is that we are doing and what we're aligning ourselves with. I think that my favorite piece is being a part of strong women aligning themselves together and really creating such a strong like team bond, and doing it together, right? And what other place do you have women in your life that are always cheering you on?
Right, because outside of coaching or outside of other companies like this, there's this.
No,
like
it's not competition.
Before coaching, I didn't have any part of my life that was this positive, that was so empowering, and yeah.
I mean, part of our job is personal development, and it's like, what other people are like, yep, I checked that box of reading a book for my
taking
job.
care of myself.
Yeah, I just think, the whole thing for me has been amazing.
Yes.
So, all right, so we are wrapping this up, you guys. If you were on live with us, thank you.
Yes.
Happy Saturday. Happy whatever day of the week it is that you're watching.
Yes. And we are so excited for the year. 2019 is going to be incredible. And if you guys are still on the edge and you're still thinking about what it is or what the next step would be for you to become a coach and join our team, we are excited to help any and all coaches get started. Hunter's excited too.
Yeah.
So, well, cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to us and to you guys, and thank you guys for listening. So,
bye.